March 20th. And I woke up late today. Hold on, I left my notebooks. Okay. Press on, and nothing will stop you as the universe meets you. October 20th, 2014. Day 1. No matter what obstacles get in my way, I will succeed. I will fight everyone's jealousy and win my dreams. I will not let the haters get me down. That's just what I wrote. That was the first day. I really said to myself, I'm not going to keep wondering why bad things keep happening to me and keep saying, you know, oh, I'm misunderstood, I'm the victim. Like getting yelled at for like having messy stuff in my room when I was living with my friend Diana at the time. Like, all I was thinking was, oh my gosh, well, I'm homeless, like, and she cares about the stupidest thing. She cares about mess. You know what I mean? But I wasn't looking at what she was looking at. She was looking at the fact that I couldn't even do small tasks. You know what I mean? And in recovery, that's actually what they teach you. And so it's funny to be mad at someone who's having issues for not being able to complete small tasks, eventually resulting in not being able to go to work, not being able to be a mom or a wife or whatever. Because when you suffer things like addiction and mental illness, sometimes you have difficulty with the small decisions, just like brushing your teeth twice a day, brushing your hair, you know what I mean? But they teach you in recovery, it's about step by step. Like, I started with brushing my teeth every day, and then it was putting cold water in my face in the morning, and brushing my teeth. And then it was, you know, kind of brushing my hair here and there where it was bad. And then it was, you know, making sure I had clean socks and underwear on. And it's bizarre how it sounds, but when you're suffering, all you're worried about is getting away from the pain. You're not thinking about the fact that you not doing the little things is what's causing that pain, because it becomes, okay, if all these people didn't hurt me, I wouldn't be like this. And all the things that are bad in my life are what happened because someone hurt me. And that may be true. And the reason that you want to leave it like that, ruined, is so that people see what happened to you. But what you're not understanding is you're the only one that's suffering by not choosing to move on and take that pain and remember that pain. But when you think of it, think, oh, I'm so mad that that person took money from me when I didn't even have really any, and I'm going to get to work earlier next time so that I have more money. Or think, I'm going to get my bank account going, and go to the bank and talk to them so that I don't have a bunch of cash so that they can't just take money from me, so it's on the card. I mean, what I'm saying is, if you experience pain do something about it. And if it's from a specific source, do something kind of against that source. Like, if your boyfriend, for instance, calls you a bitch, or a slut, or something really bad, and you didn't really do anything, don't say anything back. Take that pain and be quiet with it, and sit with it, and think, okay, I'm not going to do anything, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this anger to not get it out, but keep it, so that I can observe for if he calls me a bitch again. And let's say 2 days later he calls me a bitch again. Well, because I didn't retaliate, I'm still holding on to that. So I can go, oh, well, 2 days ago, you're not going to forget it. 2 days ago, he called me a bitch. He called me a bitch 2 days, okay. And then in like 3 days, he calls you like 4 or 5 names. You know what I mean? So you're starting to notice a pattern. You're starting to notice, okay, I'm not doing anything to this person. This person's doing these things to me. Like, and then, let's say, you're still not doing anything, and he throws your phone one day. And you're like, he threw my phone. He attacked my property. I didn't do anything to him, and he's trying to hurt me. Why is that? Okay, you're thinking. I know the less I hurt him, he's going to hurt himself anyway. So if he lashes out and hurts me, and I don't hurt him back, he's wrong, right? He's in the wrong. Can't stand that, because that goes against the whole reason he was mad in the first place. So then 2 days later, he's still pissed, and he's going to call you a bitch again to see if you react. And you don't. And so he's wrong again. So he seems like a jerk to himself, and he doesn't want to have to change. So he doesn't want to think to himself, oh, I'm a jerk. 4 days later, he does it again. And he adds the other names because he's remembering that you didn't hurt him the past 2 times. And he's frustrated with himself for calling you a name again. But he's going to take it out on you because he's not internalizing his own responsibility. So if the pain gets so bad from the other person that they're hurting you to the point that you're worried about your well-being, that's when you say, okay, I'm going to take all these stored little things up, and I'm going to do one big thing with it. And I'm going to change my life, because obviously it's not getting any better. Now, I didn't learn that. I had to do things that way. My upbringing was really difficult, and from when I was 12 years old, I was thinking, okay, 18. It's going to take a while, but 18. When I turn 18, my life's going to change. I'm going to go get what I want. I'm going to follow my dreams, and no one's going to stop me. So I literally had to wait and observe and watch. And in a sense, you're building a case. You're like removing yourself from your life, and you're observing it like a lawyer or an analyzer or a psychologist. You're analyzing your own life. If you weren't you, what would you tell yourself? What are the reasons that you give for why you're with somebody or why you're doing a certain thing? And just compare it to other people in similar situations who you would maybe judge, and just see, maybe those people have good intentions too, that I think are scumbags, or that I think are abusive, or that I think are sluts, or that I think are lame, or whatever it is that you're not liking in society. And look at your own life and think, how is my life not perfect? And every time somebody does something to you, instead of focusing on what they're doing, say, okay, I'm going to take this energy that I get, this frustration that I get, because energy is energy, whether it's negative or positive, and you can take it and you can say, okay, you know what? When I get out of this job, I'm not going to have to deal with people like that anymore, and work harder. Or when somebody, shoves you against the wall and you feel like a little bit powerless, think to yourself, okay, stay in a good mood, because if he does much more than this, I know if I do nothing and he continues to do bad things, it's going to get worse. And eventually it's going to get bad enough to where I've had enough. And so hold it in, hold it to yourself and think, okay, he's pushing me, but he's going to think back to this. And he's going to remember this situation clearly as something that went wrong, because I'm not going to taint the memory of him doing this to me by me reacting to it. In a sense, if you love someone and you really love them, you have to love yourself first. And if they do things to you that violates you, you're showing them this is how a person loves themselves. You love me, you're treating me this way, I'm kind of accepting it. And he obviously is treating me that way, so he's going to treat himself that way. And so if I okay the way he's treating me, when I know he also will treat himself the same way he treats others,